Hello, I'm Emma Hammett from First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com. And today I'm going to go through a clear guide as to when you might need an ambulance, when you might be able to drive someone to hospital yourself, and when you are seeing something that is suitable for your GP. It can be such a difficult decision. If somebody has an accident or they're seriously ill and you are sitting there thinking, do I need an ambulance? Do I not need an ambulance? And one of the things I really want to stress is that phoning an ambulance does not give you any priority treatment when you get to A&E. When you get to A&E, you are triaged by the triage nurse, and they're the ones that decide how urgently you need to be seen. The one exception is obviously if you are arriving in an ambulance and you are in an extremely serious condition, you are unconscious and not breathing, you're in the midst of a heart attack, you are having an acute anaphylactic reaction or a really acute asthma attack when your inhaler is not working, then you will be going straight into the resus department of accident and emergency, and there is no disputing that you are urgently in need of medical help. The other thing to go through is that when you phone for an ambulance, please don't treat them as transport. You are phoning them because of their extreme expertise and medical help and their ability to stabilize the casualty on site. So part of your decision making should be whether you could get, or whether the person is in a life-threatening condition and could potentially deteriorate on their way to hospital. If that is the case, then you need an ambulance to come to you, because it is much easier for you to stabilize them here and them to come and treat you or treat the person here in your home or wherever the accident has happened, rather than you being halfway between home and hospital in your car when the person stops breathing or deteriorates rapidly. So that should be part of your decision-making process as well. Millions of patients turn up in A&E every single year for ailments that don't warrant specialist emergency treatment. A survey revealed that 1 in 3 have admitted to attending A&E simply because they were worried, they didn't know what to do, and they knew A&E was open. So part of that is saying something about possibly our primary care maybe not being as accessible as we would like it to be, but also it's about us having the knowledge to treat ailments and injuries ourselves and the confidence to know that we're making an appropriate judgment. So NHS said that there were 22,000 potentially trivial incidents seen in A&E in 2018. Hiccups, hangovers, paper cuts, splinters, constipation and insomnia are some of the ailments that people have turned up with. We do know that there are a small number of patients who turn up regularly, and there's all sorts of reasons for it. But what I would like is for all of us to be just that little bit more empowered and to think more carefully before we are phoning for an ambulance, because there are many, many occasions where we could quite safely transport that patient ourselves or treat them at home and make those decisions sensibly with other resources available. 111 can give us additional support and advice. There are minor injuries units that are there for us too. Each call to 999 costs £7. Dispatching an ambulance costs 180, and taking the casualty off to hospital after that is £233. It's small fry in the big budget for the NHS, and please, if you think that you need an ambulance and you are seriously worried, do not let any of this information sway you from phoning an ambulance in a medical emergency. I do not want that to happen at all. So key thing is, get yourself onto a first aid course and we will help you and empower you with the confidence and the skills to be able to prioritise when something is seriously wrong and when it's something you can treat yourself. And we'll give you the knowledge to help you treat it. But one of the things I'd like to take you through is when it's an absolute no-brainer, you need an ambulance. If someone's unconscious, and it's not just a faint, so they haven't just fainted and come round very quickly. If they're unconscious, if they've got abnormal breathing, if they've got an obvious serious wound or a suspected skull fracture, bleeding or clear fluid coming from their nose, ear or mouth, they have a lack of coordination, and it isn't just that they've been drinking, a disturbance of speech or vision, unequally sized pupils, a weakness or paralysis, they're extremely dizzy, they have neck pain and stiffness, and they are extremely unwell. If they're having seizures and if they are vomiting uncontrollably or repeatedly and unable to keep anything down for 24 hours, or if a baby has not had a wet nappy for 12 hours, you need to get them seen quickly. You have someone who is seriously ill. If there is a very serious life-threatening bleed, you need an ambulance to come and help you control it. If someone has a fever and they're floppy and lethargic, excuse me, but they are conscious, they have abdominal pain, a cut, if they've amputated their finger or they've got something embedded in a wound, if they've got a leg or arm injury and they can't use the limb, if you suspect they've swallowed poison or tablets but they're not showing any adverse effects, you can phone the poisons database and get them to hospital quickly. You can drive them yourself. Go to your family doctor for less serious, non-life-threatening medical concerns and learn how to treat some of those yourself as well. Bottom line is trust your instincts. If you are seriously worried, administer first aid and get help quickly. We will all need ambulances from time to time, and that is why it's so important that those resources are available for everyone when they are really needed. I hope that's been helpful. That's Emma Hammett from First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com.